Now, your Super Doppler 10 forecast with meteorologist Ricky Matthews.
Folks out and about enjoying the sunrise here at the Virginia Beach oceanfront this morning and enjoying some comfortable temperatures too. We're in the 60s and 70s across the area. It's pretty nice. Let's take a look outside from the Virginia Beach oceanfront and see what's happening at this hour. A couple folks out and about. We've got not a lot of wind compared to yesterday. Yesterday these flags were pretty much sticking right out. Today, calm conditions and comfortable conditions as we begin our day. Here's the satellite and radar picture. Really no major cloud cover or rainfall to talk about in the area. Temperatures are in the 60s and 70s as I mentioned, but look at how we've sneaked down into the low 60s here in a few spots. 61 in Smithfield, 62 in Newport News, 61 in Franklin. Meanwhile, a little warmer towards the metro area where we're hanging on to 65 to 70 degrees, 74 even at Fort Story. But generally a nice, comfortable, refreshing morning out there as we begin our day. So here's how the rest of the day unfolds. We'll be climbing up into the upper 80s later on this afternoon. I do expect to see a good amount of sunshine today across the region with a touch of a southeast wind as we head later on into the afternoon hours. Rip current risk today is going to be low from Virginia Beach into the southern portions of the Virginia Beach coastline towards Sandbridge, Corolla, Duck, Kill Devil Hills, Nags Head. But once you get to Oregon Inlet and south into Rodanthe, Avon, Buxton, and Hatteras, a moderate risk for rip currents does exist there. Temperatures region-wide with a lot of sunshine today. We'll be climbing into the mid to upper 80s across the coastline of the Outer Banks. I do believe we could see a few 90s inland towards Ahoskie and parts of Hertford. Same thing for Suffolk, maybe even in Chesapeake and Franklin, at least flirting with it. 89 to 90 degrees there. Across the peninsula, a little bit cooler. York and Poquoson, around 85 to 90 degrees as you make your way further north towards Williamsburg, and generally in the lower 80s across the eastern shore. Sunshine, that's going to be the trend here, not just for today, but for tomorrow. We'll see a couple clouds tomorrow. Same thing for Tuesday. But overall, lots of sunshine here as no major weather systems head our way until later in the week. And even on Wednesday, a front's going to come through. But that's really not going to bring us any rainfall chances. Looks to just drop our humidity, which means our heat index value will be falling on Wednesday down to around 80 degrees. And so that pretty much matches our air temperature for Wednesday too. So no difference on Wednesday compared to Monday when we're going to be feeling like around 101 during the afternoon hours. Now, that will come with an air temperature tomorrow, generally in the 90s. So heat and humidity back for Monday, but low rain chances through the next several days. Until we get to Friday, we could see a couple spotty showers there, maybe another system on Saturday with a few more showers. In the tropics, several things to talk about. I'm going to detail a couple of these here quickly. Tropical Depression 6 is the only kind of named system, quote unquote. Technically, it's not a tropical storm, so it's not named yet, but that system won't do anything. Don't worry about it at all. This system over here has a high chance of development. It also likely will not impact us at all. This one here, moving into the Gulf of Mexico, will likely bring some rain to Texas and Louisiana. This one here, near the Lesser Antilles, yes, there's a lot of them. That's the one I think we should monitor because it is expected to head towards the Caribbean and make a little bit of a northward jog after that. Now, the European model meanders it here until late next week into Saturday. The GFS model does a similar scenario where it takes it north, but it kind of gets it caught here and then meanders it a little bit more. So we have to watch that one carefully because if we don't time the fronts right, sometimes those systems can try to come further north. We'll keep an eye on it, not immediately concerned about it, but something to watch. Hillary, big time problems for California. Heavy rain, flooding, big story you'll be hearing about later today and tomorrow as tremendous amounts of rain head towards the California coastline. Several inches of rain and more rain than they typically see in an entire year expected to fall this afternoon there in California. So lots of flooding expected there along the California area. 7-day forecast looks like this. Temperatures will be in the 80s and 90s. Then we'll cool down a bit for Wednesday down to 80 degrees before heating back up next week heading to Friday and Saturday.